Hi.
Okay, I see now. When I look at my notes, I've noticed that the one I think the most I wrote for actually is the one I like the most. But like Voces, like Voces is good. Like I don't gotta write a lot about it.
Guys, did you see my cooch in my butt? Talk to me, talk to me. Will you be mine? Will you be my baby? Wait, what? There's two fruit roll-ups in one package? 2 for 1. You better share. This music is loud as fuck in my ear right now. Oh, they can hear me. Hey y'all! It's me, Pretty Pink Pony, and welcome to the Pretty Pink in-game fashion review. The theme being all that glitters is gold. We have a bunch of great submissions for this event today. But first, I want to give a shout out to the icon of the day, who is, let me actually look. Thank you to the new followers. I did notice a couple of follows and some resubscribes, so thank you for that, Pixie, and to the new followers. Welcome in. Who's the icon of the day? Milo Tick. It better be Milo Tick. Milo Tick was sitting in here for like minutes and minutes before we even started the stream. So like, of course it's Milo Tick who's icon of the day. But before we get into it, I do want to do a little bit of housekeeping before I introduce our special guest judge, who you already know who it is, but just in case. The entry is open for the Pretty Pink Pokemon VGC. If you would like to participate, it is a similar the theme for today's fashion review and the VGC are supposed to be complementary of each other. That's why it's glitters is gold versus the merrier for the VGC. That's why I put them out around the same time, is because they were supposed to be complementary of each other. If you do want to participate in the VGC, the entry is open now. If I don't get enough participants, I will not have the event. Right now we only have 2, so pull up in the Discord if you want to participate. Thank you. With that being said, I will also say today we are going to be doing the fashion review, but I am not going to be announcing the next theme. I will be hinting at the next theme, but because we're doing the fashion review early on in the month, I wanted to give a few days between now and when I actually start taking submissions, so I'm only going to be hinting at the next theme, not actually telling you what the theme is outright. So prepare for that at the end of stream. And with that being said, I guess I'm going to introduce the current guest judge. So the guest judge for today is a return judge who you cannot hear, but you might have heard earlier. A really good friend of mine who I really wanted to be a returning guest judge. And so I'm really glad that he was able to come back to me. We're just going to go right into the stream. Actually, we're not. Hold on. Are we? We are. Let me just prepare myself. Hold on. And I can hear him in the VC now. He's like gasping and responding to what I'm saying. Okay, our guest judge is Nick Stars. Say hi. They can hear you.
Hello, everybody.
Is he loud?
Hi.
Can y'all hear him? Actually, he's louder than me.
They can hear me earlier.
Say something else.
Something else. Hi, everybody.
All right, well, let's get into it. Welcome to the Pretty Pink in-game fashion review. Who's ready? Leave emotes in the chat if you're excited. And by the way, when I made this presentation for this, I randomized all of the submissions, so they're not happening in order. I do that for a variety of reasons, but I also want y'all to stay for the whole thing and not just watch until your submission goes up. So tune in, because your submission's not going when you think it is. Thank you. Hello for the newcomers in chats. I guess we're gonna get into it then. I should really make a playlist for this series. First? Yeah, go for it.
Did you guys like our promo looks? Our promo looks are stunning. Did y'all like them?
You can see one of them right now.
Press 1 in the chat if you liked our promo looks. Press 1.
And press 2 in the chat if you didn't look at the promo looks, and that's okay. I better not see any 2s. Pixie setting Pixie with the 2. I'm sick. CMB with the 2. You know what? That's why you're a flop, CMB. Not an official flop, but we're gonna get into it. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? I think we're ready.
I'm ready.
Can y'all hear Nyonix pretty well? Anyway, let's get into it. So for the Pretty Pink in-game fashion review, we are judging based on a bop or flop basis. All the looks will be critiqued and judged with the overall impression being deemed a bop, which is good, or a flop, which is not so good. There is also a flip category. We are now using a flip in the judging, meaning the outfit elicits neither a good or bad response from the judges. There will also be 2 top bops of the stream, and if we have enough, we will also be having some top flops of the stream as well.
Oh.
All right. We hear you both well. Thank you, thank you. Audio's good on my end. Perfect. And I ooh, and I ooh, and I ooh. Okay, let's go. Who's ready? Period. Period. So the first one that we have up is Your Bud V. We all know and love Your Bud V. And his caption says, corrupted by his greed, King Midas turned the one person he loved more than gold into gold. That was when he realized he was cursed. This
Oh
is
my
very
god.
dramatic.
This
This is the last one. V posted this literally like it had to be like 11:30 p.m. my time yesterday, which was like 30 minutes before the actual like end of the thing. I was gagged when I saw this. What did you think?
when I first saw this, I was like, "What is going on in here?" Like, there's some kind of story being presented to me, and then I saw the dead body on the couch, and I clutched my pearls and I started gasping for air.
Not gagged. I saw that and I was now that bang bang bang. I was screaming like save her. Like why is she over
Save her,
there? She's fallen over on the couch. I'm sick to my stomach. Why is she
passed
like
out.
yeah. It's lost consciousness. Turned to gold, but at what cost? I actually thought that this was a really interesting submission, especially because I feel like this is the only male model submission, even though we have
Oh
multiple people who
yeah.
are, male identified, at least to my knowledge, who are participating. This is the only one that was using a male model in any of the games that we play for this event.
Mhm.
And I thought that was really interesting. I also like that it's like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best edit, and I think that even V could do a better edit, but also I think that what's being presented here, the overall presentation of the fashion, the look, the impression, the concept, all of these things together, it really plays with light and dark. It plays with textures in a way that's really interesting, even if it's not necessarily the best. It almost makes me feel like this is supposed to be like some kind of dramatic, like indie rap album cover or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I feel a similar thing. I love the story being presented here. The outfit and the concept is awesome, I feel, but I do think I wish I could see more of the outfit being presented because I can only see like torso up. I want to see the legs.
What I also think is, um, what's interesting is that the woman in the background is wearing a very similar outfit to V's first submission last time. For the last event. I don't know if you remember it because you weren't the
Yes,
judge.
the witch walking through
Yes,
the
it's the
woods.
same dress and it's like it was giving the same vibe. And so it's
Wait,
almost
maybe
kind
it's
of
the
like
same woman.
it could be. And then after King Midas kills himself, she comes back and she's a witch, right? She reincarnated. Trey didn't like the session, right, right, right.
I can
Okay,
say this one's a flip for me.
it's a flip for you.
It's a it's a flip nearing bop.
For me, because of the concept. For me, because of the concept, I'm gonna give it a bop. I'm impressed.
A.
I like what I see. I would like to see some. I would like to see better impressions. I think if V went out of his way to edit the lighting, if he went out of his way to do more of like a cleaner look, better editing, showcasing the actual figures involved, something like that, maybe a different angle of picture, I would be a little bit more impressed. But it is a bop for me. I really love a
Yeah.
concept, and a lot of people are giving concept here.
The
Okay,
concept is a bop, but the outfit presentation's a flip.
right, right. Okay, so we are gonna move on to Ube. This is Ube's non-themed look, and it says "Shine bright like a diamond." What did you think of this?
I have no notes for this one because this one's like literally beautiful and gorgeous. I love the moon and the ocean. I like how it matches the dress. This woman looks like
You
she
can't read the
harnesses the
top.
powers of the water and the moon, but she doesn't show it
Exactly.
off. She's very classy about it. So this is a I won't say my
Okay, I mean,
ranking
we
yet.
we we kind of got the information. You can just say it if you want to. It's fine.
This is a bop to me.
To you, to me. Okay, so for me, I really liked the lunar theme overall. I liked the presentation. I loved the use of Eureka here because it gives the feeling of like, it gives the feeling that she's connected not only to the ocean, but I mean, not only to the moon, but also to the ocean because the Eureka looks like some kind of ocean creature, swimming around in the sky. I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say that the hair could have been longer for me, and the makeup could have been different for me. I understand some of the choices that were made, and maybe some of it was lost in translation between the editing and the, taking the picture from the game and stuff like that, because that happens, right? But for
Mm-hmm.
me, I think that there are some parts missing in the glamour aspect, but that doesn't necessarily take away from the fact that I think it's a bop.
Right.
Beyond that, I would also like to say that this really reminds me of Queen Serenity from Sailor Moon.
Yes, this is like Queen Serenity meets the what's her name? The girl from Avatar.
Princess Yue.
The yes.
Exactly, exactly. And I love that. But if you notice, both of them have longer hair.
Not clock that tea.
No clock that T. Okay, thank you so much, Ube, but it's a bop from both of us. Moving on. We have Sunny.
Can
Sunny
I read the
says
caption?
here, if you would like to,
The golden ratio, a technique used to make paintings more proportional and visually appearing. You read the next line.
her beauty is truly glimmering. Through the illustration, it's as if she's truly come to life. Now, the golden ratio, I had to look this up and I was impressed by the concept because I had to look it up. The golden ratio that's being referred
Mm-hmm.
to here is not the golden ratio that's like the little swirl pattern. It's the one where it's basically saying like the shoulders have to be a certain measurement, the hips have to be a
Yeah.
certain measurement, the body length has to be a certain measurement, and the arms have to be a certain measurement for everything to be proportional for a visual, physical beauty. And I thought that was really interesting. And
Yeah.
Sunny really did tap into that with this concept because it's such a form-fitting outfit that really emphasizes like the shoulders, the hips, the length of the arms and the length of the body. So that makes sense. With that being said,
I have some stuff to say about it. Like, no shade.
I have some things to say too. I really like the quality and I kind of get the concept and I enjoyed the concept. I think that it's very simple. What do you think?
I really love the presentation of the concept. I do think there's a very strong silhouette here. It is giving golden ratio, but maybe it's just giving ratio because I don't see a lot of gold.
Agree.
Um, the first thing I noticed that could be gold, like on a first glance, was the bow. But you can easily make an argument about it being mustard yellow instead of gold. But once once I looked closer, I saw the gold details of the hardware around the bow and the hardware on the dress. And there looked like there's some gold buttons and like a gold piece in her hair and like a gold butterfly next to her. So there is there is gold, but I think you could have took the gold concept a little further.
Right. And I think part of the reason, because there's actually a few looks that look like this, and I did write that down on my notes somewhere. Like, I did for the promo looks, there were some that only had gold accents or gold accessories, but it's like the excess of the gold accessories, like that has to be the focus, and I don't think that that's the
Mhm.
focus. That doesn't necessarily take away from the overall look though, because we're not actually
No,
judging you on your execution or theme here, but we're doing a theme on purpose. Like, come on now. So to me, it's a bop.
I also wrote down a bop too.
There you
And one more
go.
thing, everyone's talking about mustard yellow. Oh no, mustard yellow. Mustard yellow is a color. I'm not talking about the condiment.
Right. What mustard bottle body?
Wait, hold
What
on.
is that brand of mustard? I don't even know. Anyway, well, thank you so much, Sunny, for your submission. We
Thank you
really
so much,
liked
Sunny.
it. I really enjoyed that concept. Oh, speaking of concept, we have Tropixel. If it's not gold, she's not interested.
It's not.
This was crazy.
Very crazy.
And
I wonder.
sometimes Trompixel does the thing where he's not going for like the fashion trophy, he's going for the concept. He's going for the impact. He wanted the girls to be gagged.
Yeah, I have no idea where PJ took this photo at.
I actually know. He went to one of the walls. So, like, when you're in the free play area of Dress to Impress, you can climb on the bushes and then ultimately climb on the walls of the
Oh,
building.
period.
He climbed on the edge of the wall of the building and took this like he's on some kind of monolith. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's. I think it's very camp and a little silly, but like even though it's kind of camp and silly, I still think there's kind of a strong look being presented here. Like the belt buckles are everywhere in the outfit, on the choker, the dress, the arms, the even the shoe has a buckle.
Now, okay, but for me, I need to see a little bit more gold. Like, because to me, like, if I was gonna be like, when I think about this, and this is like a big thing in the Pokemon VGC specifically, but when I think about topic like things like this, where like there's a theme being presented and you're trying to stick to that theme or showcase that theme, like. I need to see gold accents. I need to see it'll be a little bit like not over the top, but it needs to be satisfactorily an amount of gold that will be like this is the theme is gold. And if he wasn't a
Mm,
leprechaun and he just showed this outfit and there wasn't like a bucket of gold in his arm, I would have feelings. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
so I thought maybe like the socks could have like the socks have stripes, so maybe the stripes on the socks could have been gold, or like the staff has a little purple like jewel on it. Maybe the
Yeah, the
staff could have
staff
been
should
like
have
a
been
dark
gold.
gold or like even a dark brown to contribute to that golden like warmth of the gold feeling, stuff like that. Ultimately, because of the concept, I think it's really good, and I was really impressed, but it's missing something for me. I don't know what. It almost like needs a jacket or like some fur or like a hat, you know,
Heavy on the hat.
heavy on it. So for me, it's a bop.
I love this look. It's probably in my top 5 favorites
Uh
I've
huh.
seen. Just because of how like camp it is and I love the concept of it. And even though like it is a little bit simple, I still think there's a little bit of a fashion statement being said here.
Agreed.
It's not the next like like statement trend we'll see in the fashion in the next seasons, but it's certainly fashionable. And for that
Agreed.
I give it a bop.
Right, right. And I think it deserves a bop. And just like Dre is saying here in the chat, leave PJ to do something and he'll take the theme and flip it on its head. And he did flip it on its head, but he's also about to fall off of this ledge and he almost got a flip from me. So thank you,
Oh.
PJ. Okay, next one we have Voce. Speaking of flipping it on its head, a deep sapphire set in gold. Voce is the current holder of the trophy. This is crazy.
Yeah,
Voce,
and
oh my god. Keep going. You can go.
and this says I am the current trophy holder. I'm the current title holder. I almost got a little bit emotional seeing this submission because if you guys don't know, my elementary school colors was blue and gold.
Mine
So it made
too.
me feel kind of it made me feel kind of like nostalgic in a way.
Oh. I mean, okay. To me, okay, in my notes I wrote down this is Zelda if she slayed.
Ooh,
And then I was like, well, if Zelda slayed more than she already does, you know what I mean?
right.
I really like the blonde and the yellow accents that only highlight the gold as opposed to taking away from it. Even the Eureka, so many things are yellow versus gold, but it still kind of allows the gold to shine, like in the necklace and on the headpiece and on the dress, as opposed to some where the yellow takes away from the gold accents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, with that being said, I don't really have a lot of notes for this because it's very impressive. Like Voce knows what to
very
do.
impressive.
High fantasy blueberry lemon muffin.
What?
It's a high fantasy blueberry lemon muffin.
Ah, I thought you were saying hi to somebody.
No.
Name that.
No.
I was like, "Who's that? Hi,
Right,
hi, new
right.
person."
Hi, hi. It's giving blueberry
No,
lemonade.
as y'all hear me say in the beginning of the stream, I don't have a lot of notes for this look because this look is amazing. This is an easy top high bot for me.
Me too. It's a bot for me as well. Girl, anyway. Thank you so much, Voj. Okay, the next one that we have is a newcomer to the community and also a newcomer to this event. Their name is Amada Mascara. I liked this. What did you think?
I liked it.
I
I
hear,
think
I hear, I hear, I hear a little bit of doubt in your voice.
I like it. I will say I like it on a surface level. I actually like the colors being presented to me. There's a lot of gold layers, a lot of gold going on. I like when people like just mix different gold colors with each other. I think that's really good. I think the mug is good. I think the hair is amazing. But I'm a little bit confused on the silhouette of the outfit and the layering. That's all I will
Mm-hmm.
say.
Okay. I will say that I do think that this follows a lot of the trends that you see in Dress to Impress as a game. Um Dre said it's very chaperone. Actually, and that's
It
that
is.
was something that I wrote down in my notes, is that I
Me
would like
too.
to see this hair be a little bit toned back. The hair does contribute to the look. It really brings out the warm tones in the gold, but it's
Yeah.
also the hair draws you in so much that it's like I just sometimes it's like hard to look at the outfit. But when you look at the outfit, what I see I like. I like an embellished moment. I really like it's because this is like a pure gold. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like there's a lot going on, but what you do see going on, it's very nice to look at. I think the purse might have been a little bit overkill, but I think everything else was really good for me, and it really does contribute. Like the whole thing is
What's that in
very.
my cup? That's
That's
that
that
potion.
potion.
Rubbing honey's on my skin like it's potion.
Yup. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. I just drank. I just
I'm
drank some
also
water.
going to drink a sip.
Um, High fantasy chapel Roan. Exactly. Roan lemonade, right? Not chapel Roan lemonade. Um,
A
I like it. For me, it's a bop. It's a bop. It's a bop. Thank you for Thank you for joining the competition. I appreciate it. I feel like you had more thoughts though.
me?
Yes.
My favorite part of this whole look is the hair and the hair color and the mug. I think this is really beautiful. But I think the lower half of the outfit with the skirts on top of the skirts on top of the skirts does lose me a little bit.
Yeah, I can
But
see that.
it doesn't lose me entirely. So I would say this is an easy like a safe bop.
What I will say is I do see what you mean about like the layering of the skirts being just kind of like a draping of fabric in a way. Not my favorite aspect of it, but overall I was very impressed, especially for somebody
Yeah.
who's new to the fashion review, contributing something that's, you know, it leaves an impact, it leaves an impression. You walk away
This
from
really
this
did
and you
leave
do
an
remember
impact.
it, you know what I mean? Thank you so much, Amada Mascara. Thank you so much. Please keep submitting.
Please.
The next one we have is Comet. Do you want to read this one?
Yes, actually. Sailing the high seas, Captain Sona searches the high and low for her bounty, seeking anything that shines.
What did you think?
I like it. I think this one I like how it has a concept. It's a pirate searching for gold. It's very cute. It's very simple. It's clean.
Right. So I thought it was giving kind of like a One Piece if it was cunt, but also if it had more POC
Right.
representation. Like, you know what I mean? I was impressed. I love a pirate. I love a story, and it's giving a story for sure. A very clean cut pirate, kind of like she just left the Navy situation. You know what I mean? I think that we could have had another color contributing to the overall outfit, especially for it being like the outfit has so many embellishments. We could have had like a different color for the flower, like maybe a maroon or a brown. You know what I mean? Or even like something
Yeah.
different going on with the hair, something a little bit more rebellious. I think this is very safe, but
It's
it's not boring. It's just safe. Um,
it's very it's very clean girl pirate.
yes, but pirates are not known to be clean girl, especially during the pirate
Yeah.
era. Like everybody was dirty then. People didn't even wash their asses. So like
Even
this
if
girl
they were
looks like she
dirty, they were
washes her
still
ass.
glamorous.
This girl looks like she washes her ass.
Yeah.
And so I get it. For me, it's a bop.
I also love that for this.
It's a double bop for you, Comet. Thank you so much.
And also, I'm just proud of Comet because I know Comet don't really be playing Dress to Impress very often.
Yes, this is
But
Comet's first submission.
yeah, so you know what? Comet kind of locked in and gave the girls a look to remember.
Especially for a first impression, you know, that's back-to-back first impressions. I think the competition's really stepping up, including Kizzy's submission. It says, I low-key don't know what what to caption this. She's just a gold lady. When I saw
And
this,
and sometimes you don't need a caption because a picture like this is worth a billion words.
yes, because the quality of this image is just astounding.
Insane.
Yes, especially, and like, you know, Kizzy has contributed looks before. This is not Kizzy's first time. I think maybe Kizzy's first time might have been the Elemental, which was, I guess, the last one, huh?
Yeah.
And Kizzy kind of got raked over the coals, girl. Like I read
remember,
Kizzy
I
for
was
filth.
kind
I
of
was saying
gagged.
these edits are killing y'all, and the edits were killing y'all. And I would like to see some more edits, so don't feel bad about doing an edit. If you want to do an edit, just make sure the edit is good. With that being said, I really love this. It's giving showgirl to me. Simple and clean. It's very glamorous. I really love the frills. I love all the embellishments on this, you know. And I think that sometimes the embellishments can be overdone, but you can never have too many frills in a theme like all of that glitters is gold. A glittery outfit covered in frilly fabrics and stuff to contribute to like a an over the top look, but yet it's still short. It's still you know, simple. I'm sold. Whatever you're selling, I'm buying.
I have a lot of feelings about this outfit, but they're all positive. I really like this one. I will say the mug is right. The hair is cute. The fit is all gold. But the thing about it, it's not just all one color. It's multiple colors of gold. So it adds a lot of
Right.
dimension. The silhouette is also cute. And my favorite thing about this submission, I love how Kizzy edited on some glitter onto the body and onto the hair. I think that really elevated the submission.
I agree. I do think if I was going to give it any critiques, because I do like to give a little bit of constructive criticism where I can, this hair is a little awkward. Like if you look at it up close, it's a little awkward. Like the hairline, because like, you know, one of the hair, it's layered. So one of the hairs has like a swept over, gelled down bang, and then the other one has like a straight, you know, circular almost hairline. And so like you can kind of see them conflicting on the actual image, but I'm very impressed, and this is like one of my top looks for today. I'm not actually saying that
Yeah.
it's the top look of the stream, but I was very impressed by this, especially considering where Kizzy came from to this moment. This doesn't even need like like a special background or a special edit
Mm-mm.
or a special anything. Like, yeah, Kizzy put some glitter on it, but Kizzy just like this stamp of approval from me. It's a bop.
But
Bop bop. Thank you. It is very cutesy. Speaking of cutesy, we have Ube. I believe Ube was the first person that we actually judged. No, it was Ube was second after V. But now here's Ube's in theme look, and it's the golden doll in her box. Very intricate.
yeah,
What did you think?
the golden doll in her box. I'm gonna keep her sealed in that box because she is too pretty to be let out into the dirty air.
You can't read the
She's staying
top.
in that box up on the shelf being displayed for life because she's giving me life.
Right. Um okay, I have a lot of mixed feelings. The first thing that I want to address is that in this look there are a lot of mixed metals. But out of all those metals, I don't see a lot of actual physical gold. The dress has gold on it. The Eureka is yellow, which kind of looks gold. The hair is blonde, the eyes are yellow. But the tiara is a rose gold with pearls on it. The earrings are another kind of rose goldy color to me. The necklace and some of the other jewelry is silver. So I'm seeing a lot of mixed metals, which I think is really nice. I also think that overall, this is like from far away, from a distance. What is that song? That's Bette Midler. From a distance, it looks pretty, right? And so that's why you have these pictures in the back, like some of these pictures, like this one, where it's from a distance, it looks really pretty. It's a butterfly moment, like. But to me, when you look up close and personal at the actual outfit, I think it's a little awkward. Um, I really like it. It's pretty, but it's just kind of like Taylor Swift, when Aretha Franklin when they were asking Aretha Franklin about Taylor Swift and she said beautiful gowns, great gowns. I think sometimes when people play Infinity Nikki, they put on a really pretty dress and a cutesy little hair and say that it's really impressive. And I think that the name of the game is fashion, and in that fashion, in game fashion at that, it's about pairing things well. I don't think that these things were paired well to me. I don't really see, like, from my perspective, if I empathize with this character and I can't see why she put all these things on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get the story. I understand the concept. I don't get the story. I don't see the perspective. It's really pretty, and it was almost a bop, but for me, I'm gonna have to give it a flip.
Ube, get behind me. I love this look. I think this is gorgeous. This is a bot for me.
I'm sorry that I had to do it to you, Ube, but I have to be honest. I have
This
to
is
be
like in my
honest.
top 5.
I have to be
gagged.
honest. I have to be honest. I have to be honest. I have to live in my truth. Don't do it to me, Ube. I have to go.
Don't do it.
Okay. Next up is Dre the Stallion. This is Dre. Dre actually submitted 2 looks that were both in theme. This first look is supposed to be rose gold. And it says, for rose gold, I wanted the color to be the main statement. While brainstorming different looks, I explored many ideas.
She get money, her body tea.
She's super thick, she's super pretty. While brainstorming different looks, I explored many ideas, but ultimately I was inspired by the 60s and the fembots from the first Austin Powers movie. I also drew inspiration from Sabrina Carpenter, whose style often has a 60s vibe with a modern twist. And it's rose gold. For all that glitters is gold, it's rose gold.
Yes.
I wanted to see more exploration of different colors of gold. So I'm glad that I saw this.
Yeah, I'm really glad that there is a rose gold submission because I really wanted to see rose gold, and I think when we did our rose gold promos, I really thought some of the girls were gonna hit and think, oh, they like rose gold. Maybe I should try some rose gold.
I mean, you have to look at look at the source. Like, we both love pink. Like, of course we're gonna love a rose gold look. So obviously this is gonna be very impressive to us. On top of the fact that it's Dre, who, although Nyaunix is not the biggest fan of Dre, I think through this event, through the 2 times now that Nyaunix has judged, I think that Dre's looks in Dress to Impress specifically have been growing on Nyaunix from an outside perspective. But I was impressed by this. I do have some thoughts though, and not to continue on with my tirade that I just had for Ube. I'm so sorry, Ube.
Right.
But I think this is inspired by Sabrina Carpenter, and Sabrina Carpenter is very safe, and this is very safe. Where's the scandal? Where's the skin?
Where's your Juno pose?
Right, and that's my thing about Sabrina Carpenter too. Sometimes I see her and everybody's always like, and then they're making news media outlets talking about Sabrina Carpenter being sexy, but then I'm like, but where's the sex? Like, she's over here singing about innuendos and stuff, but she's not actually saying, like, fuck. Like, she's not, you know what I mean? Like, something. I think this is really nice, and I think that, for like this dress, for example, it could have been the baby doll dress with the fur. I think that would have been a bigger impression. I think that for the leggings were a little bit overkill. They do kind of like fit the theme, and maybe you had inspiration, but I think that you could have done like a fishnet legging or something like that, maybe a shorter boot, something to give it a little bit more like visual appeal. It's not scandalous for me, and I think that that's what I really wanted to see from this. Although I will say, for me, it's a bop.
Yeah, It is also a bot for me. Like, I really like how Dre has like a really like strong reference and point of view, and I think some of the looks that might have faltered a little bit, they are lacking a point of view and a concept.
So do you think that this lacks a point of view and a concept? Because
No, I
I would
don't.
disagree.
I don't. That's why I love this because there's a very strong point of view and concept, and I think it executes that point of view and concept very well. And on top of it being rose gold, I think the only rose gold submission. This is an easy bot for me because it really stands out in a really unique and fun way.
Agreed. Thank you so much, Dre. Next up, we have Rye. Uh,
Why'd you say right like that? Oh my god.
Speaking of lacks that scandal, this is a vampire look, and it says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most drop dead gorgeous of them all?" I don't see anything that's drop dead gorgeous here.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said I don't see anything that's drop dead gorgeous. I'm not being sold. Like I please. Oh, well, I'm not being
That's
sold.
wild. I actually really do love this look. I think I think it's moody and unique, and the blood red and the gold accents are good. Like, this is like giving Snow White if the movie didn't flop and then she went like in a gothic direction.
Sure. You know what? Okay, I do like the concept of the vampire. You know, this is coming off from the same era of time. Not too much on it, but the same era of time where Damsel had the photography contest theme being gothic and vampire. And so it's really interesting to see this be Rise more non gold, not themed submission, and this is what Rye was inspired by in my head to me because we didn't talk about it. Um, you know, the thing about it though is that I really think that Rye has done like a few submissions that felt like throwaway looks, and I feel like this was one of them. Now, I like it, but it's very safe. You know, it's very similar to what I was saying about Dre's. I want to see more scandal. For me, personally, for me, it's a flip. I would like to see I would personally like to see the people who are submitting for this fashion review do more collaboration where you know you do a look, you send it to a friend, you ask them what can I do to make this better. Because I feel like if there was like just a little hint of outside opinion, this could have been bop.
Now you saying, sister, help me out. This is look good. Do I look a mess?
Well, you know what? If Rye had brought this to you and you said and they said, do I look a mess? Would you have like said yes or no?
No, I would say you look good. Um,
But did
that
you agree
sounds
with what
not
I
very.
said? Like, what do you think in depth?
I like this look. I honestly thought this was on theme.
Right, right.
Because there's the gold, but it is a little bit more basic, and I think if you're gonna do like a vampire, I feel like you could like done a little bit more. But like, I think this just has like, I don't know, I like it. I like this look. I like the makeup.
So what is it for you, a bop or a
This
flop?
is a bot for me.
It's a bop for you. Okay, okay. A very neutral, positive review for Rye. Thank you so much for submitting. Keep
I don't know about
submitting.
positive.
Well, you did say bop.
Oh yeah, okay.
Anyway, next, Damsel. Oh, I loved this one. It says, "All that glitters is gold. Penelope longs for the embrace of her true love, Elaine. On the night before her wedding day, Penelope wraps herself in her finest gold jewels and sets out to dance the night away. Oh, how Penelope prays for Elaine to come sweep her off her feet one last time before her betrothed, Charles, has custody for life. One last
Life.
kiss under the pink fluorescent lights of the moon."
Moon.
I was gagged. What do you think?
That's my thoughts. I love this outfit. It's so colorful, but even though there isn't a lot of gold in the outfit, I think the gold in the outfit stands out beautifully. And I love
Agreed.
how Damsel matches like the stained glass like mural in the back. I don't know, it's gorgeous.
I was convinced. I really felt it. Even if Damsel gave us a little bit of a writing exercise here with this caption. I love it. But I didn't need it. You know, this already looks real. I'm saying it's good, but I didn't need it because the look is so good in itself that I didn't like. It doesn't need anything else. It doesn't need any explanation. It already looks good. The
Yeah,
pink, the
I
yellow,
agree.
the gold. I mean, the pink, the yellow, the gold, and the blue. Perfect. The blonde hair shimmering and shining in the moonlight through the stained glass window. Crazy. You know, like this is concept, it's artistry, and it's sticking to the theme but turning it on its head, but still giving
Yeah,
glamour, not just giving,
and
you know, a shock and a surprise. And I like to see that too.
someone said that they think the story sold the experience, but I think the experience is always there. But I do think the little like story moment, I think that's like a DLC because like this
Right.
already feels complete without the story.
And that's what I'm saying, you know, but I think I liked the story, so keep giving stories.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I was
Mm-hmm.
also saying about the edits. You know, I know I said last time, last time we did the fashion review that we had a lot of edits and these edits are killing y'all and the edits were killing y'all, but I would love to see more edits. I would love to see more, and you know, some people did give edits. Like PJ's was an edit. Dre had an edit, technically. Technically, even Kizzy's was an edit, but they weren't the same kind of edits as we were having before. I didn't mind some of the edits that we were having before, but you have to still give full body. You still have to give concept. And this is giving full body and is giving concept. This is a very easy breezy, beautiful bot.
This is a bop.
The way I didn't even look at my notes.
I don't know.
Thank you, damsel. Next one up, Voce. Love Struck Ballerina.
Love struck a ballerina.
What did you think?
As y'all probably heard from the beginning, not a lot of notes on this one for me. I think this is a beautiful look, but I feel like I don't know. Maybe I just see this dress a lot, or like I don't know. I think it's a bit safe, but I still think it's a really cute and clean look. I think this is a bop, but it's kind of giving like safe bop.
Right, right. Safe bop. Okay. Well, there's your bop from Meow Nix. Voce, buckle in, Voce. Voce, buckle
Oh no.
in. I've seen this before. Um, I think it was Damsel during the world domination theme gave almost this exact look. Same hair, same dress, probably very similar concepts outside of that. With that being said, um, you know, it's pretty. I would love to see maybe a different Eureka to match like the musical notes that are like surrounding Nikki in this picture. Or, you know, I would love to see maybe like a different hair or a little bit like something that takes me a little like even though it's a Love Stroke ballerina, the monochromatic pink, and maybe it's because I'm so exposed to so many things that are monochromatic pink looks around. Um I just wasn't as impressed as I would like to be. But I also hold Voce. I feel like I hold Voce to a really high bar, a really high standard.
Yeah,
If
me
somebody else
too.
had dropped this, you know, maybe I would have felt a little bit differently about it. But for me, I think it was pretty and it's a bop.
Like the way I know Voce has like every single colorway of every single outfit in Infinity Nikki. And like this is not a bad outfit by any standards. But I do think there could have been like something different or something more. I don't know.
Yeah, I
At
would
least
like it was boring. I liked it. It's a bop, but it's
oh,
boring. I'm
I'm
sorry.
not saying all of that,
I'm
but
saying that. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much, Voce. I always love your submissions, but we're moving on. I'm
not
sorry.
Voce, not Voce going through it now. Don't feel bad. Your other one was beautiful.
Okay, next up is Ruby. Ruby says, ever since Grandpa passed, Grandma hasn't been the same. She spends her
Uh,
afternoon in the city with her new young boyfriend.
wait, can I read a
On,
line?
go ahead.
Wait, read the next one.
On her free time, she tends to the meadow on her 40-acre plot.
I missed her baked cookies. Oh, Grandma, who have you become?
Thank you, Kizzy, for the raid. What the hell? Hi,
Hi, Kizzy.
y'all.
Oh,
Welcome in,
Kizzy, you gotta stay
Raiders.
till the
My
end. Or you
name
have
is
to
Pretty
wait and
Pink
run if you
Pommy.
want to, but girl.
Yeah, Kizzy, you can raid and run if you want to, but like stay until the end. Thank you so much for the raid. We already did a review on your submission, so I will be posting the VOD, by the way. So like if you didn't see your review or if you missed the one that you would like to see, I am gonna be posting this VOD on YouTube, and I'm probably gonna be posting this immediately after the stream on Twitch. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you so much, Kizzy, for the raid. Thank you so much for the new followers. Thank you for the subscribers. I have been off of stream for like almost 2 weeks. Like, and I didn't want to be, but I think I needed it, honestly, because like I really needed a break up way before this. You know, sometimes when I get tired and stressed, I get a little bit jaded, and I don't really want to be jaded with something that I'm so passionate about. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for all the support to the stream. Um, and we're gonna talk about Ruby's look now. Thank you so much. Hi, any of the raiders, welcome in. Thank you so much. If somebody could please shout out Kizzy in the chat for me, make sure y'all follow Kizzy. Kizzy really did leave an impression with their submission, by the way. But right now we're talking about Ruby. Oh, Grandma, who have you become? Grandma
Who?
is becoming
Me wondering who the
something.
fuck grandma. Me wondering who the fuck grandma is.
Are you saying that this doesn't look like Grandma to you?
Is this the grandma?
Yes. I think it's supposed to be the grandma.
Wait, if this is the grandma, this is T. Hold on.
It's T. That's the point. Maybe you should give this like another look over before you talk about it. I'll give my thoughts. I like this in theory. The pieces do give a good like a good story. You know, I really like the actual outfit, but I think the presentation is lacking. Um this is another situation where I really want y'all to communicate with each other about these looks. You know, there is an Infinity Nikki and there's a Roblox channel in the Discord. We have multiple VCs. Y'all can play with each other. We have pingable roles where you can ping other people who are playing these games and ask them, hey, do you want to play Dress to Impress with me? Can you look at my looks? Can you give me some advice? You know what? Because Dre is always on Dress to Impress. Specifically, Dre, always on Dress to
Oh,
Impress. Voce, always on Infinity Nikki. And they might have their own schedules, and I'm not volunteering their time to anybody. But if you want to ask somebody for their opinion, you need to call them up, ask them, hey, how does this look? How could I make this better? Can you give me some tips on some photography and Infinity Nikki? Can you give me some tips on how to edit or how to stack some of my items in Dress to Impress or stack my hair? This is really good, but if it was presented better, I would be more impressed. The outfit for me is a bop. The picture is a flop. I like the concept. I think that you could have executed this a little bit better. So for me, it's a flip.
yeah. I mean, I actually really like the color scheme of this outfit. I think this is a beautiful color scheme. And I didn't realize this was supposed to be the grandma. And now that this is the grandma, this makes me like the outfit even a little bit more. And if that's 40 acres of land in the photo, I think she needs to get a refund.
Girl, I don't think that was
But-
supposed to be 40 acres. I think it was just saying that she's out on the farm.
Okay. I think I took the little thing to literal, the reading.
Yeah,
But I like this look. But this is, I don't know, I like the look. I do think there could be a little bit more gold. I guess the gold is the bling.
there's
But
blings and there are gold accents on the look, but how are we supposed to see that when the picture is so far away?
yeah, I want to like take a photo of the land and like get into the land fantasy, but also take like a sickening close up of the look and really sell us into the fantasy.
I want to see
I will have
people in
to
the
agree
chat
with
right
Tommy.
now. Raise your hand or leave an emote in the chat if you play Infinity Nikki on a mobile device.
Oh,
Oh, you can keep going now, next.
not the call out. It's giving drone took the photo. I'd have to agree with you, Pommy. This is a flip for me. The
Okay.
the outfit's cute, but the photo
And see,
is a flip.
see, we have Chiori, we have Ube, we have Milotic, we have Dre. I think Dre. Wait, Dre does play on mobile. Grandpa took the photo from heaven. Please. Oh,
Specifically the one on the left.
not too much on Ruby. Not too much. But what I will say is that There are people like Ube. Ube gives really impressive photography. Whether Ube is giving a great look or not, regardless, Ube gives really impressive photography. If you need somebody to help you, talk to Ube. Make the work like we're. I call this a community because I want y'all to look at each other for help, for tips, for conversation. We're not just all here to have a key. You know, we're doing the fashion review. Make your fashion better. You know what I mean?
Even though there's like a top to look, like help a sister out, you know?
Exactly. DM your bestie and say, "Bestie, how does my look and dress to impress?" Me and Yannick do that with each other all the time. If me and Yannick, like I did that for Damsel's photography contest, and Yannick would always give me feedback, and we do that in Dress to Impress. We play Dress to Impress with each other all the time, which is why Yannick is the first return guest, is because me and Yannick like are obsessed with Dress to Impress. You know what I mean? Like we are always on this. Hi PJ, welcome in. This is Pixie's look. Um, this is Pixie's second time submitting. I was really impressed and inspired by this look particularly. All of these. I
Oh
actually
my
Pixie
gosh.
posted this originally with like I think the first top two pictures on the stream on the side, and then the picture on the right side of the screen as well. And then she deleted the post, and then she posted it again and she took out the blue. I DM'd her personally and said, "You need to add that blue picture back in. What are you doing?"
Girl,
Here,
when
we need to read the caption first. I'm sorry.
okay, go ahead.
The caption says, we need to read the caption first after me giving a monologue. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down today, nothing gold can stay. Robert Lee
Did you write
Frost.
this?
No,
Oh,
it's Robert Lee Frost. She
okay.
said,
Wait a minute. I thought that was the person's, like, the character's name.
yeah, I actually did kind of threaten Pixie. I was like, post that blue picture or so help me.
When I first saw the submission, the first thing I saw was the photo with her back turned, and I was like, "Oh, Pommy's gonna read her down." And
Oh.
then I saw the other ones. Like, oh, okay, I see it now. I see it.
Right, because remember, for the elemental looks, Pixie
Yes.
submitted two looks, and one was a face close up, and one was a back photo. And this is the fashion review. And even though those were really pretty pictures,
I was like, oh
I think I
shit.
gave Pixie a flip if I remember correctly, and I was like mad. So, but this is pretty. I don't even like these are beautiful pictures, even just period. And you know, I've mentioned it multiple times with the photography contest for Damsel. Honestly, girl, it's promo. You know, that's my bestie. This first picture with the gold and all the lighting around it, girl, you should submit that for the photo contest so that Damsel can give her in-depth opinion and you can win. Anyway, I really like this. Thank you for the follow. I really
I
like
agree.
this.
Yeah, no, this is beautiful. Like I don't like kind of like this made me like feel emotional a little bit. Like when I read the caption and like I analyzed the photos, this is giving like a story. I love it, and the outfit itself is beautiful too.
Agreed. I This was like a really strong impression, and you know, if the outfit sucked, these pictures are still really pretty. To me,
Yeah.
both. It's both. It's the outfit is really pretty, like it's just a really strong impression, you know, because this is like mostly. I think this is most of one of the free outfits that you get, but I think it's the recolor maybe. It's really pretty. But it was like certain parts of it were changed. So maybe the shoes, maybe the necklace, maybe the hat kind of situation. But even then, like it was just done in such a way, and with the flowers in the bottom picture on the left, and with the photography, it's done in such a way that it really showcases and highlights so many different aspects of it besides just the cinch waist. You know what I mean? And that's what I really like about it, is that it paints a picture with the images, and where does somebody wear this in a field of flowers, in the forest, in the, you know, wherever. You know, who would wear this? Somebody who is magical, somebody who believes in, you know, a light shining in the darkness, somebody who walks in a field of flowers. You know what I mean? Like this is like it paints a picture, And the outfit itself might not even be the strongest impression, but with the photography itself. And I'm not necessarily saying that y'all need to do photography, but I'm saying the way that you present these outfits is also what benefits you. Because,
Yeah.
some people, I've said it before, this is not a photography contest. It's not. It's not an editing contest. It's a presentation of your in-game fashion contest. Not even a contest, it's a review. Right? But
It's like,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you're
It's
good.
like, I know y'all be watching Drag Race, and it's kind of like when a queen like walks out and like let's say like they're wearing the same exact outfit, but like one of them like presents it in a more like charismatic and more confident way. You will remember that more than the girl who's just like walking down the street like nobody like she don't want to be part of nothing. You know what I mean? Like with this, like you can tell the care and like the intricacies Pixie did with these photos.
Right. Do you think it's a flop or a bop?
This is a flop.
Or do you say it's a
No, it's
bop?
a
Oh,
bop. It's a
what?
bop. It's a bop. It's a bop. It's a bop.
Wait. It's a bop.
It's a bop. I was
It's
kind of
a
gagging a
double.
little bit.
It's a double bop. I was gagged. I was
I was like,
not
let's give her the
ready.
flowers and say flop.
Thank you so much, Pixie, for submitting. Keep submitting. I really appreciate this look. The next one up is CMB. This was
Can I
a
read this
last minute
one?
submission. You can read it.
Hold on. She doesn't just adorn her body in gold. She crafts it in her forge. Blacksmith inspired.
Blacksmith inspired. I like this. It was a very interesting concept, especially for CMB's first attempt in this review. It's not a contest. There is a subtle reward, but it's not a contest. Anyway, what do you think?
Let me check my notes.
This okay, but while you're checking your notes, I will say this really reminded me of Audrey from the what is that movie? The Journey to Atlantis or Atlantis, the Forgotten Land or whatever. The DreamWorks movie. She was like the engineer. With the girl with the hat with the big lips, like that's what this reminded me of a little bit. I don't know why.
Oh.
Maybe it's because of the overalls and the suspenders kind of gave like a moment to me. I really like the attitude that's being presented here. I think that I don't know what quality of what is it called?
Like the quality, like the graphics quality.
Graphics quality that you're using for Dress to Impress, but I would like to say you should play with textures a little bit more, and even colors, because I think like the colors for the sword could have been like it's gold, yes, but I think that like the jewel could have been a different color, and then the hair, things like that, like because it's giving very like monochromatic. There's one brown being used, there's one gold being used, there's one white, there's one red, and then there's the makeup look. Like I really liked it, and I was really impressed by what I did see, especially for this being your first submission. But there's more to be desired as well. What do you think?
Here's my thing. Whenever I judge, I always look at the photo and analyze it and write some notes before reading the caption, because I want to get that first impression look on the photo before I read the caption. And when I first saw this, I thought this was a construction worker, and I
Yeah.
was a little bit confused as to why she was holding a big old weapon. I was like, is this some kind of like modern, like fantasy vibe? And then I
Hmm.
read the caption, it's a blacksmith, and I was like, oh, this is very much blacksmith. And I think this is a very streetwear, fashionable blacksmith.
Right.
Like I feel
So
like her blacksmith would be next to the mall.
exactly, and that's what I was thinking too. Is that it's like, and that's why I liked it, is because it's giving a lot of attitude. It's giving, but it's also
Yeah.
giving like that streetwear style. I didn't necessarily write that in my notes, but I did think
Fractures
it.
clock.
What did Bruxas say? She's ready to perform from work. Work from. You can work from home. Whole time she's swinging the axe. She's
Yeah.
using the axe as a screwdriver, in a place where there's not a nail or not a screw. Please. I love this. For me, it's a bop.
Bop.
And that
It's
does go to show.
ACMG.
That does go to show. You don't know. You don't need to know how to play Dress to Impress. You do not need to be a seasoned player. You do not need to play on the highest graphic quality. You do not need to play it on PC on the strongest PC. You don't have to give the strongest impression. You still might get a bop.
Not Pixie Lion.
Anyway. Here's right. Gold makes the ugly beautiful. And
Gold
this
makes the ugly beautiful.
and as I wrote down in my notes, let me check my notes. Hold on, because
Oh,
I did write
no.
this down, girl. I was prepared. Gold makes the ensemble ugly. Okay, Pixie said, Rye, you need to lock in. Rye, you need to put on your
Wig, did you
seatbelt.
just say wig?
Yes.
I know, wig. I
Girl.
feel that already.
Because what is the bow?
No, it's not your language. It's just for us.
What is the bow on the back doing here? Like, it doesn't even look like it's really strapped on. What is the shoulder strap doing here? Or the shoulder strap with the frills? Why is that here? I know that there are like, what is the feathers in the head doing? Like, why is everything white? Why is why is she holding this fan? Why is the fan such a dark blue? Why is nothing else blue? Like,
Like I said earlier, like a more simple look like Dre's with the fembot Sabrina Carpenter look. There was a very clear and precise point of view with that. And with this, there isn't a point of view, and I think that's what kind of makes it more on the weaker side for me. Like,
agreed.
yes, like gold is glamorous and beautiful, but like you can make it gold and glamorous. You can make it beautiful and glamorous, but how can you like give that a point of view? And like how can you flip it on its head? You know? And I feel
Exactly.
like this doesn't flip nothing on its head. I feel like it's very safe, but I feel like it's like when you said I even feel like when you try to add the details weren't working in your favor, like the little bow in the back and like the little shoulder puff. I know you can do a lot better, right? Because I've seen your eatery, a- and I really liked your other one you did.
He liked it so much that he was defending you, Rye. I know you're in the audience.
I was defending you because you were getting read down, and I can't defend you here so much, right? Because I know you can do better. And
Go
the
ahead.
fact that the bow was trying to hold it together, but the skirt and the top aren't even like connected, even though the bow is trying to keep it connected, but it's not.
um okay. I think the thing is, like, for this character, somebody so glamorous would not wear this outfit. Like, we need to talk about it. The makeup is really pretty, the hair is really pretty, but somebody this pretty would not be wearing something this shabby, I guess might be the right word. It just looks like a bunch of random pieces got put together, and they're a bunch of pretty
Oh,
colors. Like, and I think that, like, with the white, for example, the white could have been champagne, the gold could have been darker. I think that maybe that would have helped a little bit. I think if you got rid of the bow, the concept of the dress is not that bad. I don't really like the way that I don't like the corset for this skirt. You could have done maybe a different corset. There are things that we could have done to make this a little bit more impressive. It's like, for me, it's a flop, but it's a flop with high marks for a flop, because I think that there's room for improvement.
what? Okay, what I will say though about this is like, I feel like as like a fashion moment, this is a flop. But like if this was like a costume in a school play, I think it would be a bop.
So what's your
But
final verdict? Because you're validating this in a way.
because everything is valid in a way,
I
not
agree.
everything, but
Everything has a
everything
purpose.
presented here, everything presented today is valid in a way. But I don't. I would have to agree with Palmy and say that this is a little bit of a flop for me, just because
DJ
I
said it's
know
giving
of what
Philippines realness, and I love it.
this is given. A British girl goes to prom, uh, but like she's going to a prom at like in a high school play.
In a high school play, right? So is it a bop or a flop?
This is a bop for me. This is a flop for me. I mean, oh
Oh
my
my
god, this is a
god.
flop. This is a flop for me. I'm very sorry, Rye.
Not you
I'm just
faking me
giving you a
out.
flop. I'm giving you a flop just because I know you can do better. Because I've seen you do better, and I know you can do better.
Okay, and so thank you so much, Rye. Please keep submitting. I feel like you can do better. Continue to work on it. Ask, and this is the thing I want to say. Y'all need to consult your other fashionistas when you are doing your fashionista looks. Some of y'all more than others. Because there have been even some people who have really, who even today, Damsel gave a really impressive look from Infinity Nikki, but Damsel's first look in the first fashion review, I did not like it. Even though I think I gave her a bop in the end because I validated myself for liking it a little bit because I got the concept. I didn't like the look. And now she's out here doing these Infinity Nikki looks and she's really impressing. Like, see, PJ said my DMs are open for advice. Exactly. Clock it. Clock it.
Get the leprechaun advice.
Right, exactly. Although the leprechaun also needs some advice sometimes, so maybe the leprechaun should also be asking some people. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Last but not least, this is Dre's look.
Oh, this is the last one.
Yes.
Oh wow.
It's Dre said for the on theme gold look because Dre did submit two looks that were both on theme, but this one was like for gold and the other one was rose gold. Since the theme is gold, I wanted the color to be the focal point of my outfit, as gold is such a bold and dramatic hue on its own. With this look, I aimed for a bit of 70s vibe with a modern twist. One of the sources of inspiration was Beyonce's iconic look in Austin Powers Gold Member, as well as the style of Cowboy Carter. I do think it's interesting how Dre was inspired by two Austin Powers films.
Yeah, it's very thematic. But
Yes.
when I first saw this, I kind of like gasped and clutched my pearls because I didn't read the caption at first. I thought this was Dre's response to your cowboy promo look, and I was like, "Oh, Dre is messy." So I
Oh.
thought originally like this is like the character. This character is in the same universe as a cowboy from the promo look, but they're like frenemies.
Right. Sure, sure. Like this is like the villain and the other one is like the underdog
You're the
hero.
hero.
Right. Underdog hero because the outfit's not really giving, but then she changes her clothes and suddenly she's the hero. Um I like what I see. It's a really good buttery gold for me, and I really like this. I like the colors. It is giving Cowboy Carter. It is giving Gold Member. It is giving this girl existed in the same universe as the other look from Dre, and I really appreciate that. Like they could have been like if they were in like a Kill Bill type movie series together and they exist in the same universe or like a Charlie's Angels kind of moment, they would both be on the same team. One of them would be really cutesy and one of them would be kind of hardcore, and this is the hardcore girl, and I really like that. With that being said, there are parts of this that I don't care for. Like, I think some like the jacket, for example, the jacket is clipping a little bit. I think that Dre could have got rid of that like little black string in front of the chest area, things like that. It's not polished as much as I would like to see. And Dre, we've talked about this with Dre before, specifically how it's not always hitting that exact polished moment in Dress to Impress, but it's really giving like a really strong communication of what Dre desires to communicate. And with that, I really appreciate it. Um I really do like the response. When we do the looks for the promos, I do want to inspire people to do something, go above and beyond what I presented, and I think that this does that. So for me, it's a bop.
Besides the lore I allegedly came up with on the spot, which I
Right.
didn't, because there actually is lore behind the Cowboys, but we're not going to get into it.
Oh.
This
I
is
will tell. Can I tell the lore?
yes, you can tell the lore.
Um, Go ahead first. I'll tell the lore after.
Okay, so besides the whole lore and what I thought Dre was trying to do a little stood up, what's it called? I thought she was trying to stand up your cowboy look. Besides
Yeah,
all
he
that,
was trying to show me up. Yeah.
yeah, I thought Dre was trying to show you up. This character is very like fashionable, and I love to expose skin detail like on the chest area, the torso. This is very chic and very cowboy. It's giving cowboy. I
Yeah.
do wish there was another. I wish there was like maybe like another gold or just a little bit more black in this outfit because I think you're kind of losing the trench coat a little bit. I think
Yeah,
maybe if the trench coat was like black or even like a darker gold, I think it would have like made the gold like pants and like top stand out.
I can see that. So is it a flop or a bop?
This is the bop.
There you go, Dre.
And the gold matches like their skin tone perfectly.
I agree. It's a really nice color. It's a really nice color palette.
Mhm.
Okay, so the lore here is that Dre actually. Let me actually find the picture so that we can genuinely talk about it. Hold on. Oh, this picture right here. You can see it. That first picture with me, with that I posted in the promo with the cowboy on it. Dre saw that. I actually was in a VC with Dre and a bunch of other people. And I said, what do y'all think of this look? This was like this. Okay, we're in April now. I showed them this look in like the end of February.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how long sometimes it takes to really plan out like the promos for these things. And so because like sometimes I experiment because I try to think of like themes ahead of time so that when it's time to actually release the theme, I can formulate something that's actually going to be something impressive for y'all. Dre saw that. Dre said it looked like shit. Dre said it didn't look like it had any taste. Dre said it didn't look like it was like. Dre said, "What is the theme here?" I said, "I'm trying to go for something gold." Dre said, "But where's the gold?" Meanwhile, I'm wearing like 2 pieces of armor, right? Like, let me actually like pull up the picture though. Hold on. It's in the same presentation on the bottom. The way I was supposed to be showing the slideshow, I'm sick. This look, Dre talked straight shit about me for about 10 minutes and then was like, I don't like it. Meanwhile, what I'm trying to give here is it's supposed to be cowboy themed with an essence of gold, you know, maybe a little bit of inspiration even by the Tin Man, but in a gold concept. It was inspired a little bit by Ash from Overwatch. It was inspired a little bit from like, you know, the history of Texas, you know, like Spanish influence, cowboy influence. And then I made the edit of this because I doubled down. I said, Dre says it's ugly. I think it's great. I made the edit. I posted it in the promo and it was what it was. But before I even did any of that, and I was just showing them the look and dress to impress in a VC, Dre talked straight shit about me for 10 minutes. And I had to overcome that. I felt so self-conscious about it. I was going to change the theme because Dre talked so bad about me. Meanwhile, Dre showed me up with this cowboy look that he just presented here in this fashion review today. And Dre gets bops from both me and Yaunix because Dre does look good. But you can't tell me that this doesn't look good in a sense either. Like, because
That's and
get into it.
that's why I thought Dre was trying to show up on me. I was not making up lore. I swear.
Right. So, okay. Let's ask the audience. Can one of my mods, if you're here, can you please make a poll? Is this a flop or a bop? Make it a 2-minute poll, please.
Is this look a flop or a bop? The most wanted.
Yes,
The most wanted
exactly.
bop or flop. Watch Dre pull up with like a billion alt accounts.
A million alt accounts. I don't even know, girl. Anyway, you didn't say the theme. I mean, whatever. Giori said, help, the same thing happened to me. I was thinking about submitting my Alice in Wonderland inspired look. Are there even any mods here? Who are the mods? Girl, we got like 4 mods here. Somebody help. Oh, we don't need a poll. I know it's a bop, actually.
It's giving press 1 or 2 in the chat.
Leave an emote in the chat if this is a bop. Thank you. The mod sitting back, sipping tea, Pixie.
Oh, this is the top look.
I think you know, like we really did. We put in a lot of work. Me and Yaunix put in a lot of work to make this whole thing happen. So,
Yeah.
fuck that. So now we're actually going to be talking a little bit. We're going to take a little bit of an intermission. And while we do that, I'm gonna play some music. We're gonna hang out. Me and Yaunix are going to go delineate the top bops of the stream and the bottom flops. Top flops of the stream. What is it? Top flops of the stream. So stay tuned for that. Let Let me turn on some music. Won't you come and be my cherry?
And if you want to know our exclusive opinions, our private opinions, subscribe to the Patreon.
There is a Patreon. Do you have a Patreon? I was gonna ask you.
No, I don't.
I kind of want one, but I don't know what I will put in there.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Miley Cyrus, End of the World. Okay, we'll be back soon. Can't hear me. Hello, can y'all hear me? Y'all can't hear Neonix either. Hi, we're back. We decided the tops and the bottoms, so we're gonna talk about it. The top bops of the stream for the all that glitters. They can't hear you. They can't hear you. What the heck? Say something.
Say something.
I'm
Hello?
giving up on you. They can't hear you.
Hi.
Say hi to Neonix if you can hear Neonix. Thank you.
Press 7.
Press 7 in the chat if you can hear Neonix immediately. Okay, before we get into it, who do y'all think the top bops of the stream are? I'm just curious. We don't
I wanna
normally do
know
it this way.
I want to know audience reception. Who do you guys think the tops are?
Like the actual top bops. Who do you think it is? Damsel said me. Get into it, self-confidence.
That was me last. That was me last event.
Well, and then you didn't get it. Wait.
And I was like, I'm gonna win this.
You were
but-
in the running. You were in the running because you really did impress me. Sunny says Dre. Milotic says Voce. Bruxus Voce Ube Damsel. I want to say Voce thinks I didn't want to say my blue and gold. Ube says Pixie. PJ says PJ. Damsel says I could see it being Voce again. Wow. Okay. I think Pixie says I think we're all top bops. Right. Right. So the top bop of the stream for the All That Glitters Is Gold theme is...
Drum roll, please.
And there's a drum roll. We have Pixie and Kizzy as the top bops of the stream. You are now both going to have the Pretty Pink Fashion Trophy roll in the Penthouse Discord. Thank you so much for both of you contributing to the game. I appreciate your contributions. Please continue to submit in your contributions. And with that being said, let's give y'all a little bit of an audience cheer.
Oh my god.
So now let's
see y'all jumping.
So now let's talk about the top flops of the stream. Drum roll, please. That's not a drum roll, that's a cricket.
Oh.
Drum roll, please. That's not a drum roll, that's a yay horn. Drum roll, please, for the top flops of the stream. Rye! The only flop received today was Rye. I think I gave Rye a flop, and then I think, Neonic, did you give Rye a flop as well?
I unfortunately did.
Right.
I don't like that.
Right. Well, I mean, it is what it is. Thank you so much, Rye. Please continue. I think,
The
Rye,
golden
you're...
boot is yours.
Keep working on it. You know what I mean? Like... Okay, so now we are going to talk about the next theme. The next theme is yet to be revealed. But I do want to give y'all a hint for what it might be. Do y'all have any ideas on what it might be? What are the themes that y'all want to see for the next in-game fashion review?
Can I say what I want?
Sure.
I kind of want to see something a little bit more like campy, maybe like something like daytime realness, daytime doll, daytime drag, something like that would be kind of funny.
Right. Dre said goddess. Pixie says we're getting a witch theme. Pixie also said, isn't this Rye's second time in a row getting the top flop? Yes. It's not personal though. Like, I'm trying to be objective here.
Pretty Pink Sorcery.
So here's the hint. Drum roll, please. Here's the hint for the next theme. What do y'all think it might mean? This is also telling you who the next guest host is.
I did not see this. This is my first time seeing this.
What do you think? Don't tell us what you think the theme is, because I think I told you. But like, what do you think of this?
I don't know the theme.
Oh, really? What do you think
No.
it could mean? Since this is a hint, what do you think it could mean?
The movie theme, movie recreation,
Disney Channel original, right?
Disney Channel original, maybe like a princess alter ego theme. But these are two different people, so
Right. And
I
if
have
y'all
no
were
idea what
in
the fuck this could mean.
if y'all were in Damsel's stream yesterday, that's why I was asking her which one do you think is Selena and which one do you think is Demi, because I was
You know
making
what? This is kind of
this.
accurate. I do think you would be Demi and Dems would be Selena.
Right.
Actually,
We have aspects of
I think you
both.
would be Selena.
We have aspects of both. Like we were talking
Yeah,
about it
you
in Damsel's
do.
stream. Like me hijacking Damsel's intro to her stream yesterday and asking her, so who do you think is Selena? Who do you think is Demi? And us having like a conversation about it back and forth for like 3 minutes before she actually started her gaming was kind of messy. And so I really wish I didn't do that, but also you know what I mean.
But like, I think in this context, you would be Demi and Dems would be Selena.
Wait, was that her actual name in the movie Princess Mi Amore Cadenza?
No, that's a My Little Pony character.
I was like, who the fuck? Okay, get into
Nyana's
it.
Ashley Tisdale.
Is Ashley
That's
Tisdale even
kind
in
of
this movie,
true.
please?
I am kind of Ashley Tisdale coded.
So there's the hint for the next upcoming in-game fashion review. And with that being said, we are now done with this current event. Thank you so much for everybody who submitted. Please continue doing submissions. I actually might be changing the way that we do this event next time, where subscribers are going to be allowed to do 3 submissions, but I have not made that official. Keep up with it in the Discord. Can one of my moderators please link the Discord? We also might be adding on a new game, so keep an eye out for the actual announcement of the next in-game review, fashion review. We're going to be working on that this week. Me and Damsel are going to be working on the promo pictures and the edits, so keep an eye out. With that being said, I think we're done here, but if we're done, should we raid someone? And if we're gonna raid someone, who should we raid? Like, let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it. Like, also, I do want to say thank you to Nyanix. Nyanix, do you have anything that you want to promote for yourself right now?
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. It was such a fun and honor to be here. I love being here. One of my favorite gig.
Yes,
And I'm very
Andalise,
happy
there's
to
going
be
to be a
back.
new game added to the next in-game fashion review, a new game that you're going to be able to use. Thank you so much for Nyanix for coming. I really do appreciate you for doing this, and I'm glad that we got to do it this time. Especially because I know it might be a little bit of a struggle in the upcoming future, but that's okay. Not to tell all the business, especially because I've been off stream, like I've been like not even streaming, like there's not a lot of people live that I follow. What
The
the
girls are
heck?
going to the gigs.
They are. Don't let the gigs go through you. There's not a lot of people that I follow. I mean, we could always just raid Opal. I feel like I rated Opal recently though. Why not? I think I've rated Opal in the last 30 days. Oh, it says I haven't rated them in the last 30 days. Has not rated you. You have not rated. Well, here we go. Y'all ready to raid Opal? Can we get the raid
Let's go
message in
show
the chat,
Opal some
please?
love. Everybody say love.
Everybody say love. Say love in the chat if you're real. Also, copy the raid message and put it in Opal's chat when we raid Opal. With that being said, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody say goodbye to Meow Nix. Thank you so much for being here once again. Let's play a little bit more music for the last like little moments. They can still hear you. Hold on.
Bye.
They can't hear you now. They can hear me. Bye, y'all.